assuming that tweet is hopefully up already. Oops. And then have music going, and then the thing is doing what it's supposed to be doing, right? Shit. I thought I scheduled that. Yeah, this is supposed to be posting in progress. Okay. Okay, so I'm assuming it's working. Alright, so, plan today, I'll never actually know if anyone is here. But... Oh my god, hello! Everyone is here! Hello, everyone! Heckett! Holy shit. I can't believe you subbed while I was offline! How could you? How could you not let me know that? Nobody here but us kittens. Yes, hello. But thank you for subbing, that's... Oh my god. I can't imagine why anyone would want to subscribe to me just yapping and story time, but I super, mega, unbelievably appreciate it. Yeah, you're very sneaky. I bet you didn't think I would catch that. I caught it because, let's see. So we have our new emotes, as you can see. Unfortunately, I think, Long Professor from last time, we were talking about emotes, is unfortunately in pending hell. Oh, no. It says he's there. It's not pending anymore, so... Is he there, guys? He's there! Yes! Yes! Oh, thank God. I think it was pending because, I won't lie, it does look a little phallic. I thought you were going to say he retired. No, unfortunately, I have no idea if that's the case or not. Also, I had no idea that this thing exists. Apparently, there's a whole, like, stream manager here that I can just have open. And it was like, oh, that's how people do these things. I thought there was just going to be buttons here on OBS, but no, there's extra buttons on Twitch, and that's how it works. I never would have guessed. But yeah, I don't know how to use these buttons. So, I think the ads should be going every hour, but only for like a minute if I set that up right. And, convenience, hooray! So true. Yeah, I don't know how to use any of these buttons. I know the buttons say what they do, but still. We're listening to the Finding Paradise soundtrack. It's a tiny bit loud. Because I love Finding Paradise. Kangao makes wonderful story-based games. We don't need goals. We got our one goal of getting emotes for the channel, and that's all that matters. There's nothing more that we need to do. No, yeah, thank you guys. Seriously, that's incredible. It's a little weird that it's monetized, I'm not gonna lie. Let me jump right into this so we can hopefully finish this on stream. We'll see. It's a little weird because I'm not used to stuff like that, and I'm like, I don't know if this is something that I actually want to make. Just press buttons and see what happens. True. I can literally, like, I think a lot of these are like just little like chat things. One of this green one right here I think would actually play ads if I clicked it. But we don't want to do that, so yeah. I am low-key kind of hoping like if somehow the channel does grow a little more, I don't mind that necessarily, but high key, I don't know how to do my taxes. And I kind of don't want to report this because I don't know how to do it. And I don't know how I'm going to explain to my mom who did my taxes last year, like, hey, so I have this thing that just kind of, uh, makes a little bit of money. I don't know if so the hope is that I don't have to worry about it, but I don't know. Because again, I don't know how to do this. I know for the small handful of commissions I've done, I haven't reported them at all because they're very sparse throughout the year, and I don't make a ton off of them. So I'm not sure if I'm supposed to report that, but I don't, and I haven't gotten in trouble with it yet. So we'll see. But anyways, since last time was the little Borderlands stream with Clive. Clive's at school right now, and I just remembered that Johnny is asleep in like the room outside my room. Uh, so I need to remember to like speak a little quieter. But yeah, here we are. Uh, we're drawing a gift for Ro because honestly, she has done like so much for my dumb, silly little art corner, and it's about time that I show my gratitude for her. This was supposed to be a surprise. So when I posted the whip today, I wasn't entirely expecting her to see it. She saw it. The secret's out, guys. But she's not here in chat right now, I think. So she doesn't know that this is literally going to be done like for tomorrow. So we're gonna be extra sneaky about this. Unless she somehow like shows up, I will be very surprised. Um so the reason why I have to stream today is because tomorrow I will have work, and I know I told my manager I don't want to work Tuesdays, but we're getting an inspection, and it's kind of like an end of the year inspection for work to see like what we need to work on for the next year. So, unfortunately, because I'm too good at fast food, uh, they want me there because I do the drive-through scripting really well. So I have to do that. So I can't really stream tomorrow at the usual time. And I wanted to stream at like 11:30 today, but I wasn't sure if usually my dad needs me to either drop off Clive at the college campus or pick up Johnny from the bus stop. So, and that usually happens like around 12 or so. And that was like right there at stream time. Like, okay, well, if I just push this back like a few hours, then it should be fine. But I'm sure like this is probably like a bad like time zone thing for a few people in chat, which is what I feel bad about. Cause I don't know what time is it for all of you right now? Very curious to know. Like I really hope that you guys aren't awake at 3 in the morning watching this. Past 11, oof, yeah. Yeah, that's not what I meant to do. Yeah, because I'm going to be running till 5, so 11 plus 3 is 14. 2 a.m. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, you guys. Fellow European. Very, very, very true. That's me every time I see like Californians in Faz's chat. Like, oh, wonderful! Someone else who's up at 6 in the morning watching with me. Just gone. I'm 8 a.m. I'm preparing for my day and making a smoothie. Oh, that sounds nice. What kind of smoothie? We love to see people making friends in chat. That's what the community is about. Making online friends and watching me or in listening to my insane ramblings about work and everything else. Let's see. Let's see, what has happened since last time? We've reached affiliate, which I'm sure everyone saw the celebration post. Um, what else? So I think this was Saturday night. I wear contacts. That's why on the late night streams I have glasses on. But for right now, I'm wearing my contacts. High protein banana, blueberry, raspberries, Greek yogurt, nuts, seeds, cinnamon. Oh, that sounds so good. I love like 99% of those things. I think the one thing in there I'd be a little iffy about eating are the nuts, but it does sound really good. But anyways, to get back on like what I was talking about, I am hilariously or blind, so I wear contacts in the daytime, and at night I take them off. Somehow, Saturday night, I had forgotten or either missed the my little contacts case. Um so like the solution is in there but the contact is not. So I get up to use the bathroom. It's my favorite breakfast other than bacon and eggs. I agree. That sounds like a really good breakfast. I think I would have that every day if I could. Uh so I go to the bathroom and I look at the bathroom counter and my contact is just on there. And mind you, it had been like an hour or two since I had taken it off. And I'm like, "Oh my god. It is stuck to the thing." And I'm running through my head like, "Okay, well I know it's dried out by now, but is it possible for me to oh, why is this button suddenly grayed out? You recently ran an ad. You must wait to run another." Oh my god, I'm so sorry. You guys didn't tell me an ad was running. It also just didn't tell me that an ad was gonna run. I'll have to figure that out. But anyways, so I'm like, what do I do? Cause I know I have extras, but I don't like the idea that like one contact is like running out and then like I'll just have like an odd number of them. I'd like to keep it even as much as I can. And I know I could just throw out the other one, but I think I just recently changed these pairs too. I actually didn't get an ad. Oh. Okay, not sure what that was about then. But we'll see. That's good though. Let me know if ads are playing so I can like pause and then we'll just wait for everyone in chat to let me know that the ads are done. But anyways, so I take my solution and I'm just like spraying it on the little lens on the table like please come out, please get unstuck. And I did get it unstuck thankfully. But it's still shriveled up and dry. No ads for me yet. Heck it, you're subscribed. You're subscribed. You're not gonna get ads. Maybe I'll just gift everyone in chat a sub and we won't think about it. Some of that money surely goes back to me, right? I would technically... I would imagine I could discount it. Technically. You silly. Anyways, thankfully, when I left the lens in there for like 2 days because I didn't go out yesterday. Or I did, but I just had my glasses on for the most part. And lo and behold, I put it on just now. It's fine. It's completely fine. I'm like, oh, thank God, because I don't know when is the next time I'm supposed to change my contacts. And I don't like changing them too early because contacts are kind of stupid expensive at the end of the day because American healthcare system hates us. I just got my refill like last week. Me and Johnny's. I paid for both and I still have to text my mom about that. I don't think I will though. I'm on a different layer. Oops. Not me forgetting to switch layers every single time I'm doing anything. Another thing that's happening, so I work at a game store. You are gifting subs? No, stop! You guys don't need to do that! Ah, you're so sweet. You guys in chat are so sweet. Oh my god. I need to figure out how to use overlays because it would be nice to have it like pop up in the corner. We'll figure that out. I know on Streamlabs they have you can't be stunted. No, please. I know on Streamlabs you can get the overlays, and I was looking at a bunch of them, and I was just like, but what if I made my own? You know? Because I would love chat to, like, display, like, on the side somewhere. Heck, it cannot be stopped. Someone stop them. Please. So, GameStop story. I hope nothing bad happened to Onyx. Oh yeah, nothing bad happened to Onyx. They actually, it seems like I'm gonna be their official artist, so to say. Because they commissioned me recently to design a character that they can put on little promotional posters for their Warhammer painting on Wednesdays. So I gotta do that, but we're drawing Ro first because I completely forgot about my commission payment rules and forgot to tell them that I have like a 50% down payment rule as like a it's sort of like a way to sort of protect me from like scams and just kind of insurance and trust between consumer or the commissioner and me. But yeah, I got commissioned by my game store. They like my art. They liked what I did for the Lorcana tournament poster. So I'm doing that again. I'd be working on it right now, but I really want to draw this thing for Ro, and I want it out by Tuesday. And Tuesday I'll have time to work on it anyways, because I came up with like a really simple design that I think should get the point mostly across. And then I'm gonna make sure I send them like a Photoshop file too, so that way they have access to it and they don't have to like resize a PNG a bunch of times and everything. They'll still probably have to resize it, but I'm sure if I just send them the PSD, it'll be a lot easier. And they said a character, not a poster, so if they tell me, like, oh, it's supposed to be a whole poster, I'm gonna show them the messages and be like, it said character, not poster. There's a very distinct difference between the two. But yeah. So, so that's exciting news. I love being a professional artist. No, I really do. I really do want to be like a freelance illustrator at the end of the day, because I love doing this. And you know what? The benefit too is that I get to do this on stream and I get to hang out with all of you, which is really nice. But yeah. If you don't know who I'm drawing this for, there's a lovely account on Twitter and Blue Sky, although she's privated on Twitter now to try and help with like the AI BS that's going on there. I don't know if it's helping her or not, but it does. If that's what she feels she needs to do to protect her posts, then I'm not going to say anything about it. But she is public on Blue Sky. It's Row Radio. She is an absolutely wonderful creator. She does so much for yeah, exactly. She really does do so much for the art community. She loves supporting all kinds of artists, and she has great social media tips. And I owe a lot of my account growth to her, I think. So we're making a little gift. She's also a really huge like mental health advocate, which I very much appreciate because not that I think that there isn't enough on it online, but it's in general such a lovely thing to do for other people, to just remind them to like stay hydrated, drink take care of themselves and everything, cuz sometimes we forget. I'd be forgetting a lot sometimes, and it's nice to see those reminders when I'm scrolling. And I do love seeing her tips, and I do love like everything she does for us small artists. But yeah. I think she also streams here on Twitch, but I don't know how often that actually is. I'm not super big on watching streams, but I'm trying to get more into it. I'm definitely like following like a lot more like mutuals, uh, if I can find them. But yeah. Let's see. Anything else that is funny that has happened? So the reason why Johnny is sleeping like in that loft outside my room is because Jimmy, our old little Shih Tzu, uh, did a little pee pee on his bed. Uh, so the mattress is ruined, and we don't have a lot of bedrooms for Johnny to use right now. So the loft, since there's a couch there, is the next best thing that we can do. I don't know if he's planning on buying a new one or if we're gonna attempt to wash the mattress. But it's been like a few days already, right? So I'm not sure if like washing it is gonna do much help. But yeah, I'll probably be helping Johnny pay for a mattress if he needs it. I respect her and her work. It's tough to face the internet and maintain a positive outlook. Oh yeah, absolutely. I had this conversation, I think, one of the first streams I did since coming back from the massive hiatus, um, after like D&D stuff. Hate is so easy to come by on the internet, and it's so easy to be a hateful person. I I think it's kind of sad, the state of the internet today. So many people are willing to like um be like cruel and everything rather than loving, which is upsetting. Uh I am no different sometimes. You guys saw my message to the scammers. Um but I reserve that for scammers, never the internet. I will do my best to keep I have always done my best to keep my account positive for my little community. And I think that's something that a lot of people should strive to do. It's I think it's a lot nicer like existing in a space where, you know, the person in charge of it is like positive, level headed, and everything like that. I think it takes I think it's just easier to exist that way. But, you know, everyone's different, and I can't tell people how to run their accounts realistically. But I do know personally for me, when it comes to building communities online as creators and everything, we are responsible uh, for our communities. Um, like the kind of community we foster, like we as creators, you need to be able to like set examples, and I think Clive is a Discord mod, and hate is always easier. It's very true. Clive is a Discord mod for a Gary's mod server, uh, and there's a lot of like teenagers on there, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when you have, I think in my opinion, none of the mods should have been like teenagers. I think they all should have been like adults because um, when you're in charge of stuff like that, like me as like the head of my community or Clive as a Discord mod, the most important thing you can do is set examples and foster the kind of community people would want to exist in. So, it not to say that you guys are my responsibility, but me setting an example online for the people in my follower list and everything, uh, that is my responsibility, and I firmly believe that. I don't like deflecting blame like that when I know, uh, when I know it's like there are some communities that are just a direct result of the person who created them, and I don't want to be that kind of person. I will take full responsibility for anything that the community does. We give far too much attention, which equals power to the negative. Promote the love and positive and always love and lift. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. We're We're almost never here to hate on things unless they absolutely deserve it. Hate is it again, it's tragic that hate is just such a unifying force because if you can make something that the entire internet is going to rally against you for, then congratulations, you actually did bring humanity together for like a small moment in time, but it's that's an easy thing to do at the end of the day. Something that's a lot harder is to make something that everyone loves. And I think more people should strive to do that because there's too much negativity already. We're getting through the lines actually pretty quickly. Actually, this is really good. It's really good progress. We might actually be able to do the whole render today too, which I'd love to do. I need to get used to drawing a lot faster. Set examples, lead by examples, and also realize that there are people out there who just want to argue, and those are not worth your energy. Yeah, like those people who just want to like start things, and they don't want to listen. They're always like combative, whether it be like physically or verbally. Uh, like just they really shouldn't be on the internet. Not that I think that we should gatekeep the internet, but the world does not need more division. Is all it is, in my opinion. And if you're just there to be like polarizing and say that this is right and this is wrong, then you just have a lot of growing up to do, and you should grow up in real life first, than over the internet, because you're clearly just not ready to be out there. And again, the world doesn't need more disagreement. But yeah, let's see. We do that. I think that pinky looks good enough. It's weird referencing my hand sometimes because I know my fingers are a little long. Oh yeah, yesterday I mentioned this on Blue Sky and Twitter because I post there like simultaneously. There's like a little thing for that. Um, I picked up guitar yesterday. Well, sort of yesterday. I did actually kind of like try a little bit um with my brother a few weeks ago, but I think yesterday is really like, yeah, I want to like consistently do this. Um, I'm not good at it. It's not the first string instrument I've played. It's actually the second. Um, I think. Cause what was it? Last week? I think it was last week, maybe 2 weeks ago. I can't remember. I can't be expected to remember things, but I did mention that I was a band kid. I played flute actually, right? And but I wanted to like learn a different instrument that was capable of like playing chords, I think. Cuz with flute you can really only play one note at a time unless you count trills, but I don't really count that. Um so I thought, "Oh, well, violin might be fun because I know guitar strings hurt because we had the guitar longer than the violin actually because Johnny wanted to learn guitar. Professor Longfingers. That is. We do not need to add more long things to Professor, okay? His head is long enough. But, anyways. I knew guitar strings hurt because Johnny actually picked up guitar when I was in, like, my freshman year. And I picked up violin when I was in my senior year. Violin seems small and it seemed like the kind of instrument that could play chords, and it can. It's just kind of, again, it is like one of those instruments where most of the time you're kind of only playing one note, I think. I don't know. I never got super far with violin because I did still have band, and as much as I wanted to practice violin, uh, I probably it was kind of more important for me to practice like actual like the actual arrangements I was getting in band. So that happened. Was it my junior year? I don't remember what year it was. I really want to say it was my senior year, but it might have been my junior year. Yeah, I was okay at violin. Again, if there's any instrument that I was really good at, I think it's the flute, because, and I only say that because I did make top band, and I did get first chair in the second top band in my last semester. So surely, surely that means I'm good, right? Or I was good. I haven't picked it up in ages. Anyways, what was the original point of this conversation? Oh yeah, guitar. So I started it yesterday. Oh my god. Even with like nylon strings, it hurts to play. Like, ouch. And there's no way of getting around that. It's just you gotta build up the you gotta build up the calluses for it. Guitar is fun even if it destroys the fingertips in the beginning. Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun practicing yesterday. I That's basically what I did all day, aside from being in bed. But yeah, no, I've been loving it so far. Johnny thinks I would actually enjoy bass a lot more, cause speaking from experience. Oh man, you play too? But anyways, Johnny says he thinks I'd enjoy bass a lot more because there's more plucking involved rather than chords and strumming. I don't know yet. I feel like I might enjoy drums, like a drum set, but I'm not too sure. Anyways, one of the main reasons why I want to learn guitar is because one of my favorite MCR songs, Disenchanted, that opening is played on acoustic, and God, I want to play it and do a little cover of it so bad. I think I think that's definitely like a stream goal one day. Just what one day towards the end of stream, I'll just sing Disenchanted for you guys or something. I think that'll be fun. And there are chords for bass too, but they are seldom used. Yeah, I think any string instrument really, most string instruments at least, you're going to be able to play chords. It's just a matter of like, how often are you going to be using them? Like violin, again, you can play chords. There's just a very specific way to do that, and most of the time it is just going to be the singular notes, not the chords. Speaking of violin, I picked mine up again today because I forgot what me and Johnny were talking about before he went to go take a nap. I forgot what led up to that. But it was so out of tune. I don't know if you guys know anything about playing the violin or tuning it, but it is not like guitar. Guitar strings are incredibly flexible, and you can mess with the knobs at the, I want to say it's called the head. You can mess with those knobs like as much as you want. The violin, for some reason, is so much more like dumb to say, like to put it in like simple terms. I was learning to play guitar a little bit years ago. I was getting better and my fingers were getting stronger, and then I cut my hand and my thumb badly and I couldn't play until the wound healed. Then it was stolen, the guitar, not my hand. Oh yeah, that would absolutely have done it for me too. I would have just given up. That's the universe telling me, like, oh no, you're not allowed to play. Pick up a different instrument. But it is fun learning an instrument. I miss it a lot. I miss band. Um, But yeah, uh, my fingers are not that strong yet, so that wasn't fun. Tuning a violin, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, the strings are really delicate, so whereas, oh, you know what? I have it like right here actually. I love getting distracted. Okay, so this is not a good guitar, by the way. It was like only $100, and if you know anything about buying instruments, $100 is not a lot for an instrument. I have one of my dad's guitars now, but I am overly fond of long decorative nails. Oh yeah, you cannot have long nails playing any stringed well, maybe the harp. You might be able to get away with it on the harp. Just a little bit, but not that long still. I miss instruments. I do want to learn bass or piano. Yeah. I love learning instruments. We should all me and Twitch chat, we're gonna start a band. That's what we're gonna do. Me, my brothers, and Twitch chat. But anyways, let me bring it down so you guys can see it better. These little tuning knobs up here, you can twist these on guitar as much as you want, within reason, of course. Like, guitar strings can still, oh shit, can still snap. On a violin, if you mess with them, you have to, like, where you can, like, go, like, full things on a violin or on the guitar, the violin, you have to do it, like, the tiniest bit by the tiniest bit. And even, like, turning it, like, just a little bit changes the pitch of the string entirely. So I was, like, sitting there on the couch tuning by ear, by the way, because I don't know where my tuners went, and I think they're all out of battery anyways. So I was just there, like, listening. Like, I have a keyboard on my phone, I have the guitars out because they're both tuned, and I'm just like, why isn't it working? I got through it, though. Although Dolly Parton manages playing the guitar with long nails. Oh, that's cool. See, that's skill. That's also just a power move. I cannot imagine doing that, especially because, like, with the way you have to, like, press them down. But, yeah. Surprisingly enough, I'm apparently pretty good at tuning by ear. I did it yesterday, too, with that one. We have an actual, acoustic guitar that's actually nice. It sounds, in tune when you actually get it in tune. That one, not really. But the strings are a lot kinder on my fingers, and I don't quite want to go have my own guitar just yet. If Johnny wakes up at a certain time, I'll bring out, like, an instrument or two, probably just the thing. If we do form a band, who takes drums and what genre do we play? That's the fun part. I don't know. Someone would love bands or drums, I think. I think I would like it. I would like hitting things. But Johnny thinks otherwise, and that my talents probably lie elsewhere. Which, also very valid at the end of the day. What genre do you play? But as for genre, I don't know. Lately I've been listening to a lot of punk rock. If you couldn't tell from me talking about how badly I want to see MCR in LA, next year. So there's been that. I could do a mime and do new age interpretive dance. See, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Now we're really building an identity. I don't know. I don't even know what kind of songs I would want to play. The real question is who's going to be singing, because I don't know. I said this on the Gale art stream. I think my voice sounds like an anime girl being pulled through a cheese grater. It does not sound good. But again, a lot of people in Carl's Jr. seem to think so for some reason. And they're like, oh, you should work at Disney. I'm pretty sure they mean Disneyland, but it's still like, hi, girl, you don't want to see me there. Oh, you love punk too? Wonderful. We have common ground. This is gonna work out. Yeah, at the end of stream, I'll show off the guitar a little bit, I think, because I think by then Johnny will be awake, and um, for as better as I probably still am at flute, the flute is loud, and I would need time to like properly warm up on that so I can like get it tuned, and I don't have it tuned right now. I did actually record a little bit of guitar last night. I was like, you know what? I want to share today because I've never. No, it's not. I wouldn't. It's my singing. I'm not just describing my singing. I'm just describing my voice. Okay, so like I went back on like Saturday night to the VODs, and I had to like sit there and listen to like all the clips and everything, and oh my god, I sound uh I how should I describe it? I sound like I'm 12 still. Like I sound like such a I have such a childish voice, but at the same time it feels like, well, when I hear it in my head it sounds like screechy. So in general, I just don't like the sound of my voice, but if I want to clip things, if I want to like highlight stuff from the streams, I kind of have to listen to it. And I've gotten like sort of used to it, but I still don't like it. My singing voice though might be just a little bit better, but I kind of doubt it. Let's see, and then we bring that down. Let's see. It's funny, all three of us, me, Johnny, and Clive, all of us draw. All of us know how to play instruments, and all of us, to a certain degree, do like a little bit of writing. Like there's always like all of us have like this insane amount of like common ground in like talent and everything, talent and skill, and we do nothing with it. A creative family. It's just the three of us, not my dad or my mom, but we are a very creative trio, and I just it's so funny whenever I think about it because it's like we don't do anything with that. Me and Johnny are still trying to do the comic, obviously, but like besides that, uh, apparent the apparently like it's unfortunate because like while everything is on the table, the interests just don't line up. So like if one of us comes up with an idea, uh, like there's always at least one person who's just not super on board with it. Which is fine. We don't have to collab on everything, but it is tragic that there's three of us. We're all artistically inclined, we're all musically inclined, we're all, like, whatever. And then nothing happens. But yeah. Cause what is it? Clive? Unlike me and Johnny, he wasn't actually in band. Me and Johnny were in band together for my senior year and his freshman year. Clive never actually did any of that stuff. But what he is surprisingly good at is he just music in general. Like he's way more musically talented than he is. I think the tracks stopped again. Jesus. All right. He's very like musically talented. I can tune an instrument by ear. That's not too bad. I can sound out a lot of songs through ear, but Clive is incredibly good at like hearing chords and harmonizing. I'm just like, what the fuck, Clive? Like it's kind of crazy. So I know he wants to get a keyboard. So we're kind of thinking about that, but I'm not too sure how serious we're gonna be about it. My family is the same. My uncle was a bass player in a band. My dad played. My brother plays. Both his sons play instruments. His wife and I sing. My brother's an artist for a living. I will in art, but I'm more of a writer. That's actually crazy. Oh my god, that's insane. You guys could actually like perform and stuff. God, that's so cool. I'm jealous. I am actually jealous. Family band in the making. It's so fun though when your family is like in on it. Am I gonna do the eyes? I think I just have to bring this. You know what? Let me draw the people first, and then we'll bring it more towards the thing because I don't like this taper here. Then we'll just fix it just a little bit. Oh, and the eyelashes down here. If you ever want to like move stuff like while you're drawing, the best thing you can do is just ink it all first, especially if you're at my point already with the inking. And then you move it because moving the sketch can be a little annoying sometimes, but if you just draw everything first and then move it, it should it should look the way that you want it to. So yeah, this is what I want to do because there needs to be room between this eyelash. Oops. Oh, hang on. How do I? Just deselect. There we go. You want to have space because tapers just kind of muddy the presentation a little bit. It makes it hard to see like what's going on. Oops. So I'm gonna do that, and then that is fine because there's not a lot I can do there already. So I think that's just gonna have to be about as good as it gets. Oh, but I don't like how it. Stage fright would kill me. I don't sing in public anymore. That's valid. You, my family is as far removed as art from possible. Creative one. I agree. If you do anything like remotely like related to the arts, you and the rest of your family does it, you are automatically the creative one. Kind of like how I'm the computer science major and I have the pleasure of helping everyone in the house when their computer starts acting up. I want to get my dad a new laptop. He's using like my really old HP Pavilion and it's so bad. And this is what singing in the car is so fun. It's like it's so private and you can really just like belt out a tune. It's nice. I love it. I always find it like harder to sing though in the car than I do in my room. I don't know what it is. Like I don't know if it's the position I'm sitting in that's making it hard for me to like sing, but it is harder in a car for me sometimes. I guess I dabbled in writing. Since I dabbled in writing, I am the creative person. Just like I'm the tech person for my family because I know how to Google mood. I do my best singing in the car because I'm not worried that anyone will hear me. Also mood. I like singing in my room. If it wasn't for the fact that I'm on stream right now, I'd probably have like different songs on and I'd be singing like my lungs out here in the seat. I don't know if I could do it in front of a live audience right now. And I also don't know if I would get copyrighted for that, so I'll have to see. Okay, that's a lot better. That's infinitely better. And then last thing you gotta do is check for balance, which I think it's fine, actually. It's just this thing isn't lined up properly, and I don't have my initial sketch, so I don't actually know how that's supposed to go. Singing in the car is great, especially when you blast some rock stuff and let it all out. Right? Like, God, again, I'm sorry for, like, talking so much about MCR sometimes, but I really do love their tracks, and There's such fun tracks to like scream. Not that I'm good at screaming, but it is really, really fun to sing loud songs like that. I'm gonna move that, and then we'll just make sure that we follow like our new center line. Because if I do this, yeah, that's a lot better. So we'll just fix this real quick. Rock songs are really like so much fun to sing. What's one of MCR's songs, House of Wolves, has like a really fun part to sing. It's in the second verse. The lyrics are it's, why am I suddenly blanking on this? It's like, I said ashes to ashes, we all fall down. We got innocence for days, and the way he says ashes to ashes though, he rolls his A, which normally you only do that with R's, right? But he rolls the A for that like one line, and it's so much fun. I've gotten like hilariously good at that. Did someone say wolves? Yes, I did. House of Wolves is such a good song if you want to check it out, by the way. I highly recommend it. We do love wolves in this house. I do poke a lot of fun at it though sometimes. Like, you know the Galaxy Wolf shirts? Those have to be like, they were so cool, I think back like maybe early 2010s ish or so, somewhere there. But now it's like such a big meme to me. So much so that I took like this poorly cropped photo of Butters and I put it like, I painted a little galaxy behind him. And I think it's on my Redbubble. Wolves are my spirit animal. Ah, that's nice. I don't know what my spirit animal would be. Probably something silly. No, Butters is my spirit animal. Both me and him share a brain cell. I'm in that dog's head like you wouldn't believe. So yeah, that's looking a lot better. And then... yeah. I don't know if I'm going to draw those lines in. It might just help for like alignment purposes, just real quick. Or not. I'll figure it out. That's a problem for future me. Let's see. So I know for the Europeans in chat, it is pretty late. How did your days go? Like how is that going? Or how did all of that go? I mean, I should say it in past tense because it's already happened. Future you is gonna thank you. Future me is constantly screwed up by present me. It's hilarious. She can't do anything about it, though. Let's see. Do that. The eyebrow is not the same size as the other one. And then... had a day off, did a lot of household chores and organizing. That's nice. That was me yesterday, except minus the chores part. Just the day off part. But yeah, organizing is good. And speaking of, I still have like a lot to like reorganize. Oh, hey Shunky. It was a pretty boring day, but it started snowing over here, so that's cool. Oh man, you guys get snow? Ah, that's cool. I'm jealous. Oh, went pretty well. Made some turnip and potato soup to cope with the cold weather. Yeah, I bet it's getting cold, huh? It's probably colder for you guys than it is over here. I live in California, so I'm in a perpetual state of like it's either actually going to be like autumn or tomorrow it'll suddenly be 90. And in some cases it's good, but it's like when you've lived in California your whole life, you eventually just get sick of summer and it's just like why? Or at least that's how I feel about it. But yeah, snow is really cool. California does technically get snow, but it's kind of only in the mountains, so yeah. Not super exciting and to have to drive out to go see the snow, but it's whatever. -1 degree Celsius. Ugh, ouch. Yeah, that's cold. That's pretty cold. See, I might not be able to like translate how cold Celsius is in Fahrenheit, but I recognize that 0 Celsius is the freezing point of water, and that is enough for me to go like, oof. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what -1 is in Fahrenheit. Sheer curiosity, what's that gonna look like? 30 Fahrenheit? Yeah. Yeah, there it is. Uh, yeah. I think the coldest it usually gets down here in SoCal, where I am, it's gonna be like 50 to 40 degrees, which is still really cold, but it's like nowhere near like what you'd need for snow to happen. We'll get a lot of ice on our cars. I know that happens a lot. Um, let's see. Draw the teeth. And then what else? I know one time, or a small handful of times, it has like hailed here. Not like really big chunks of hail, but like these tiny little ice pieces were just falling from the sky. Uh, that was that was crazy. That was a little crazy, but again, no actual snow. Or like enough for it to like pile on the ground at least. If there was, it was just really small and like really obsolete. Or not obsolete, really insignificant. The rain here does get really heavy though. I think our rainy season is usually like late December, early January, or maybe mid January. And it heckin' rains. Like the little, like, spot where the water runs at the sidewalk, it's like it'll be like a river during rainy season. It's crazy. All right, Kira. Good night. I'm sorry. I will figure out. I promise. 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. is not going to be regular streaming time for me. It's going to be like 11:30 to 2:30, like before. It's just Mondays do not usually work out for that time slot. Next week, I promise the schedule will be back to normal. But good night. Hope you sleep well. Yeah. Next stream actually is gonna be Thursday. I think Thursday night, like it was last week around 10. And then I don't know if I want to keep up Friday streams. So Thursday night, I haven't decided yet if that's gonna be I haven't decided yet if that's gonna be another art stream or if me and Clive are gonna be back with Borderlands. Speaking of, you can tell that me and Clive are like two like very different people. I completely forgot about that. Oh, thank you, Nikki. Hello, welcome to the stream. Yes, congrats on affiliate. We have the emotes, and that is just about all I care about. The subs are really nice, and there's already been like a few, and it's really exciting. But I'm also scared that I'm gonna have to report it on my taxes. So, uh, you don't gotta worry about subbing. The ads shouldn't be running for that long. I think, if they're even running, I don't know. it tells me that it does, and then I can't tell. And I don't think anyone in chat is gonna be able to tell if they're not if they're subbed, because I think the three people that were here uh a bit ago uh all got gift subs, so I don't know. It says there's 7 people in chat though. Got some lurkers, and that's fine. If you, I get the lurking vibe. It's hard to talk in chat sometimes. Taxes are always fun. /serious. /serious. Or is that what /s is? I always forget these. I only know /j. I'm not gonna lie. Do you have fun doing your taxes? Lurking. Oh no, S is sarcasm. Oh, okay, gotcha. I don't know the tone indicators that well. I really should learn them. Most of the time I hope that my voice bleeds through when I type things out, but I'm never actually sure. I think it's kind of like why I think it's kind of why I like to type with like a lot of like parentheses, if that makes sense. I talk a lot like I'm still writing in parentheses too. It's kind of silly. The tone indicators are hard to keep track of. Yeah, to me they just look like Minecraft commands, so I don't really get it. I'm old like that. Then the last thing I have been forgetting to save for the last hour. Oops. The yeah. Tone indicators are hard to keep track of for me. There's a lot of them, and then like a lot of them feel like they don't really make sense. Or I'm sure they do, it's just to me they don't, because it's like, what does that spell? Like, what does that mean? Then I'm trying to find a way to add some depth to the petals here. I think that should be good. Because this is a hibiscus, and most of the flowers that I'm used to drawing are actually like roses. I've also been forgetting to like keep track of all my layers as usual. I write and speak in cursive. I think you should just be real. Oh, ad is about to start. There it is! In 5 minutes. See, but what if I just said no? I love hibiscus. I love hibiscus too. I love all kinds of flowers. There was actually a few months ago. I like floral flavors, right? Like lavender is one of my favorite like flavors. I make lavender coffee quite often. So there was an agua fresca at 7-Eleven the other day. Or not the other day, just like a few months ago. This was a while back. And let's see. Johnny makes fun of me for liking like the flowery stuff. So, but the other thing that he does too is that he tends to like steal my drinks, sibling code. Oh, right, with that, I'll head out to midnight is a good bedtime. See you guys next time. Yeah, see you next week where I hopefully will not be streaming at the most inconvenient time zone or time slot for you guys. There's also going to be the Thursday stream, which is happening at 10. So, there's that to look forward to. But yeah, hope you have a good sleep. See you next time. But yeah, Johnny likes to steal it, and then it's always funny. He'll drink like the little, like whatever flowery drink I have on me, and then he looks at me like like that. I'm like, I like it, Johnny. I know he means it jokingly. I'm pretty sure he does. But it's so funny because it's always like, why? He always looks at me like, why do you like this stuff? And I'm like, because it's good. I love my brothers. They are the most important people in the world to me. Yeah. But I have enjoyed like the flowery drinks so much. We have a jacaranda tree outside in our front yard. But it all during like the summer, I think it always sheds a bunch of flowers, and my dad doesn't like it. So part of me at some point was like, I wonder if I could make like a syrup or something out of this, and I could make like a nice little like tea or coffee out of it. Turns out they're like mildly poisonous. I think that's what it was. Let me see. Can you consume jacaranda flowers? Oh, they are edible. Or no, 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 they're not. They're not. I was looking at the AI shit. Oh my god. uh, you guys, perfect tea blend for the unwelcome. You guys want to see why I despise AI? The AI results on Google, real quick. My face cam should be like up here, by the way, like realistically. What the? What are these two answers? Yeah, jacaranda flowers are edible and not toxic to humans. Despite the beauty of the flowers, all parts of the tree are poisonous. This is... This is terrifying. That this up here is the first thing you get. And then this down here is the second. And this is wrong. Let's see what Reddit has to say. Now zoom out. There we go. Wow. Yeah. Wow. In particular reason. Yeah. It's I guess it is a little mixed, but I don't think this is dangerous to have up front. Good lord. Oh my god, we have jacaranda trees in Australia too. I have never heard jacaranda pronounced like that. That's beautiful. I'm assuming it's pronounced jacaranda because in Spanish J makes the H sound and this a singular R, you sort of tap the top of your roof or the roof of your mouth with your tongue. Oh boy. So, um, and I took Spanish. I speak a little. I speak a little bit of Spanish, so that's how I pronounce it. I don't actually know if that's how it's supposed to be pronounced, but I think I did hear my dad pronounce it jacaranda too. So there's that. I'm glad you think the pronunciation is beautiful because Spanish is a wonderful language, and I would love to learn it more, but uh, I am currently trying to learn Bisaya more, which is my parents' native dialect. I would say it's mine, but I grew up here in the States, so it really isn't. Um, they only bloom once a year, September and October for us. They shed in October and leave a beautiful lavender color carpet underfoot. Yeah, I love the plants a lot. They're really they're really pretty and everything. But oh boy, do they make quite a mess on the driveway. But I don't mind them. My dad does though, and he does have a point. It is just a little bit messy, but I like them. They are very pretty, and I am just I do just love purple. One time, I like to do character design, right? It's like one of my favorite things to do. One time I had drawn a dryad character, but based off of a jacaranda tree. I don't know if I can find it. Oh, I completely forgot that this was all zoomed out. Let me, um, there we go. And then just want to make sure that the face cam actually stays on top because that makes way more sense. Let me see if I can find it on my Google Photos real quick. I love designing characters. It's one of my favorite things to do because I don't know, I'm silly like that. I think I drew this last year, so it's a little old, but I kind of liked how it looked in the end. I'm getting mega distracted as usual. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's old, but yeah. You could see that I tried to copy, like, the way the petals look at the bottom, like the little leaves here, and then the color of the bark. And then I have a particular way that I draw, like, dryads. Oh, hey! Hey, Goji! Nice to see you here. Welcome, welcome, to the little Twitch channel that I have going on here. I'm doing great. I'm drawing Ro a little gift right now, but I keep getting distracted. But we don't worry about that. Showing off a little bit of old art because I was kind of proud of this one. I think it still looks alright. But yeah. Turn the display capture off. We have emotes in chat. We have the very silly ones that I designed in Long Professor. Long Professor finally got out of pending hell. Let's see, and I think that's all the outlines for Ro. Perfect. So we're gonna do that, and then I need to go grab hibiscus dryad. Ah, that sounds lovely. That sounds like a fun design. I think I would have a lot of fun with. All right, we've finished the outlines. I've forgotten to save again. I need an emote. That's just chat screaming "Save your progress" at me. Yeah, we're out of emote slots though. We only have enough room for 5. We don't gotta worry about that though. I'll change them up from time to time probably. Where was I going? Blue sky, right. Because I need to grab Ro's color palette from here, or at the very least I need to go look at it. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. We'll just copy this to make this easier for ourselves, and then we'll open a new canvas. Do our standard 2000 by 2000. Then we'll be able to grab stuff from here. Yeah, look at our emotes. I don't know what this hype one is, but Twitch just gave it to me. Yeah, don't they all look wonderful? It's unfortunate that some of the names Twitch didn't seem to like one of the names or some of the names. So like I wanted to call the knife one "I just want to talk," right? Because that's exactly like that's always like the phrase that I put on next to that little emoji combination that I do. Yeah, I'm making Ro art because she has done a lot for both my just all of my accounts in general. She's a wonderful person, and I've been meaning to do art for her for a while now. But yeah, Twitch didn't like the name of most of the emotes when I uploaded them. The only one it seemed to like was Food Mascot, because that one got clearance like right away. But obligatory poggers, it didn't like that. I just want to talk. It didn't like that. It didn't like Long Professor too, but I kind of think that Long Professor might have been a little iffy just because it does kind of look a little phallic from afar. But we don't think about that. We don't need to think at all. But yeah, let's see. And then just as I go, I just need to make sure I fill out my outlines properly. And then we're almost done with the Finding Paradise soundtrack. I'll choose another one. And then towards the end of stream, well, yeah, it's Twitch who has a dirty mind. Yeah, it's called Long Professor, not called... It's Long Professor, not Long Penis, Twitch. Get it right. Get your head out of the gutter. We don't do the dirty talk here because there's just not a lot for me to like say on that. Also, I still have no idea if like people who are under the age of 18 can still find my Twitch. I think I was able to... What minimum requirements to use this feature? Audience, everyone? What the hell does that... Anyways. Oh, you made art for Rogue once? Oh, you're gonna have to show me. Send the link in chat and we'll give it a little clicky. Oops. Oops. Stay forgetful. But yeah, making art is good. I like making art. I always make art. I'm probably like this is an art stream, right? And then I'll probably get off of stream when it's done. I'll probably draw some more. I'll take a little break though, of course, for like my dogs and stuff. But I do kind of just draw all day. I really, really do want to make a like little job out of this, but that'll come when it's when the internet deems I've earned it. For now, we're just gonna have fun, and I'm going to enjoy what I do. Let's see. Then the eyes I think are going to be very fun, but I'm going to get the inside of the mouth first. And the scar, actually. Have you guys seen, like, have you guys seen the anime artists who, like, they're like, I draw dark characters, and when they take the palette off of the thing, they're taking the palette, like, off of, like, a highlight, and not, like, the actual flat. It's so, like, I don't understand what's so hard about it, guys. I consider myself to have sort of, like, an anime art style, just because, that was, like, the original, like, inspiration I was taking for all of this. I'm gonna change that a little bit, because I think that's just a teeny bit more accurate. Ooh, here we go. Oh, I love this. Oh, this is adorable. I see you've privated your account, too. I'm hoping privating stuff, helps with the whole AI thing. But this is adorable. Let me show stream. Look at that. I love this. Oh, the horns are so well done. And I love... The gradient on the eyes looks great, too. This is so cute. That's nice. That's very nice. And then... It's a lovely pink hibiscus, right? Rose, like, this is... I believe Rose drew this herself, but this is so beautiful. Like, the rendering on the hair, the way the hibiscus looks. Just, it's so pretty. I see the vibes immediately. Anyways, let's see. We'll get the hair to choose and probably, I think right here, that's probably pretty close to the flat, and then we'll just saturate it a little bit more so it looks more natural. Yeah. I love the sun in the background too. Right? The whole thing looks like so good. Like, it's genuinely like so perfect. Let's see, and then we just keep filling in. I'd increase the fill thing on my bucket more, but uh, then it might spill over is the thing. So I don't mind filling up these tiny gaps, honestly. And then for my style, I like to take the hair color of the eyebrows and just make, or I like to take the hair color and then make it a little bit darker for the eyebrows, because to me that's just how eyebrows work. That's my color palette right there. It's a good color palette. I don't blame you. It's like sunsets. God, this is, again, this is gorgeous. Tasty colors right there. I love using the word tasty to describe art. This is looking really good so far. Thank you. Oh my god, I hope she likes it. I didn't want to tell her that I was streaming this because this is technically supposed to be a surprise, but she did find out about it because she saw the little sketch earlier. But what can you do? Let's see. Don't think it's supposed to be that yellow. But we'll definitely keep some of it there. I think she technically has like a reference sheet somewhere, but I don't really remember where it is. I'm sure she'll love it. Thank you. Thank you. I'm having a lot of fun with this. And then, oh, hair in my face. Let's see. Just go a little bit darker on that. And then we'll grab this yellow, make it a little bit more orange so it's not too neon-y. Then we'll paint in the design rather than draw it in because over-inking is a thing. If you want to do, if I wanted to ink it in, I think the whole thing would have to be like an ink composition, which I don't know how to do, but I'd really love to learn how to do that. Then the lipstick. Looks like there's just a little bit of red in there, so let's see. Yeah, we're making good progress. It took a whole stream for me on to get one emote done. This is going by just a little bit faster, I think. I think at least. I think she will adore it. Thank you. I'm excited to get to the rendering. Again, that's my favorite part. Specifically the highlights, because shadows do take a while and it's just like, there's so many of them to do, but, you know. Yeah, I think this sort of like brown lipstick looks good here. Brown lipstick is actually like such a fun little thing to do. I had a character for Vampire the Masquerade. I didn't really get to play her all that much, but when I redesigned her for like a potentially new Vampire the Masquerade campaign. Hi. Oh! Guys, we got a visitor. So 90s, yeah. I don't know much about 90s fashion, but I take your word for it. We have a visitor, guys. This is Jimmy. Jimmy, come here. Jimmy, come here. Oh, he's He's such a little man. Come here. You want to say hi? Let me pick you up. Hello, GB. Oh, no, just for a little bit. Just for a little bit. I'll let you out. Don't worry. Ugh. This is Jimmy. Oh, this is Jimmy. He's our Shih Tzu. Let's see. Can I put the camera down? There he is. Just lie down, Jim. He doesn't usually like being in my room, so I don't think he really wants to be here. But he's here. Right, GBs? I'll put you on my couch, huh? I bet that's where you want to go. There we go. And right here. You eat, Pete? You gonna eat? He's a very little fluffy boy. Yes. Stop. He's looking at me. Jimmy. Jimmy. Well, Johnny put you in here for... You want to go out? Okay. Hang on, I don't think he wants to be in here. Come on, Jimmy. Come on. That's Jimmy. He's a very good boy. He's old. He's like turning 13 this year. This Christmas, actually. He's a very, very fluffy dog. I love him. He sleeps with my brother usually, hence why he peed on Johnny's bed. But, he sleeps in my room occasionally, just for a little bit. But he is a very good boy. And then, let's see. Take sort of dark color, and then we'll just paint over like little sketches I have here. I don't know much about designing little bandanas. I kind of remember what they look like. It's something like that. 13 old dogs are precious. Yeah, and you know what's crazy? He still like has like a good appetite. He still loves going for walks, and he still likes playing around and everything. So he's a pretty healthy dog, all things considered. So it's really nice. I think he's gonna live a while, I think. Which is good, because I don't know what Butters is gonna do if his mentor passes. I don't know what I'm gonna do when Jimmy finally goes, but, you know. At the very least, for the time that he's still here, we're gonna make sure that he has a good life. And he does have a really good life. Hitting the wrong button. That's why it wasn't undoing. I like how purple this looks because I'm sketching over it, but it's actually not. Just erase that bit. And then color over this little pixel that I didn't fill in. Yeah, Jimmy is 13, Butters is... Jimmy's turning 13 and Butters is turning 3. So, yeah, Butters is growing up too. And he's going to be... He has a lot of silly years ahead of him. I have to start taking Butters to the park earlier. It is getting way too cold to be taking him like 9 o'clock at night. I usually don't like going early though, because, you know, people take their dogs to the park too. But the thing with Butters is that he is really reactive sometimes. So, sometimes it's hard for him to be around other dogs. And then it's embarrassing because I'm like, no, Butters, please stop barking. And then he just doesn't stop. And I'm like, I don't want to bother the other park people. It was sort of getting better. But, like, it's kind of... The way it seems like it is for him, he doesn't really want to get to know a lot of other dogs. He's just comfortable, like, having... like, if he was a person, he's more comfortable having, like, a small friend group, so to say, so... The other thing, too, he likes small dogs more than he does big dogs, so it's kind of funny. And I'm glad he's good with small dogs, too, because if there's really big dogs at the dog park, I can't take him in there, otherwise he'll freak out. But he plays nicely with small dogs, so I'm not too worried there, and I always let the owners know that we have a Shih Tzu at home, and that he's very kind to Jimmy. Alright, so that's the flats done. It's time for the rendering! Let's see, and it's only 3:33. We can get this done in like an hour and a half. I want to make sure that I end on time, particularly today, because my mom just got back from Romania yesterday. She was on vacation for like 2 weeks. So I think we're gonna eat dinner tonight. I don't know, because Johnny's also working, but we'll see. Melania is reactive to other dogs too. She's a big solid girl, so that can make it difficult. I have to go early to avoid as many people as possible. Yeah, exactly. Which is why I like to go at like 9 o'clock, because there's only ever like a few dogs there at most. But it's getting way too cold for that. And like the other problem is that you know, he's running around a lot, Butters, and so he drinks a lot of water, but it's so cold, so none of us like really feel like taking him out again. So Johnny suggested like maybe like 7 o'clock or so that way by the time 9 o'clock rolls around, all we have to do is like take him out normally as we usually do. So that's probably what's gonna happen tonight. Unless we happen to go out for dinner, because I'm sure my mom, after being in Romania, is craving some good old Filipino comfort food. Yeah. Then I think this song might actually be copyrighted because there's lyrics to it, so we're gonna skip that one. Yeah. I don't think Butters is nearly as big as Melanie is, because Melanie is a husky from what I've seen. And Butters is just a little border collie. I call him a butter collie sometimes. So he is, like, a bit shorter, but oh my god, that dog can pull so hard. It's so funny. Let's see. And blur a little bit on the face too. I might not be like super attentive to like smooth gradients, but you just want to make it smooth enough to where it's not like super cel shaded. That's the way I go about it. I think stream would also be like a fun time to like try like different art styles. Maybe I'll try painting on stream one day and we'll see how that goes, but I don't know. Let's see, and then just a little bit in here, and then on the outside too, just a little bit again. Rendering is fun. I barely know how light and shadows work, but it like mostly looks right. That's usually how I go about it. Oops. She's a husky and Malamute cross, which is why she's so solid. Yeah, that would absolutely do it. Um Yeah, that is a big dog right there. That is a big dog. Again, Butters is only like 42, 43 pounds and he's like 2 feet tall, but he already pulls like so hard whenever we take him out. Especially if he knows he's going to the park. Like he tries to speed run going to the park. It's so funny. If I there are these police dogs on the way to the dog park. It's so funny. Uh um the the way it is with reactive dog training is just you have to find a way to keep your dog's attention like on something else and not the thing that's making them tick. So these police dogs always, without fail, if they are there, Butters will just start barking away at them, and he goes wild with it. So he does the same at home. Like if there's someone at the door, he'll bark at the door and everything. But one thing that always works to get him to stop barking and sort of calm down a little bit is to tell him inside, and he'll go inside his cage and he'll sit there and stare at the door rather than bark. So one night I had the bright idea of like, oh well, what if on our way to the park, I just tell him inside, and maybe that'll like snap him out of it, right? As it turns out, Butters continuously surprises me with how smart he is because he does not look that smart. Uh, like I'll show you guys a picture of him in a moment, but when I told him this, he had grabbed the leash like from my hands, or like a part of it where my hand wasn't, and he just started pulling me even harder. And to be fair, it did kind of work because his focus was redirected to something else. But oh my god, it was funny. Let me see. I know I posted a video of him pulling me on my Twitter. It's very cute. Or actually, I could just show you the video on Google Photos, probably. View all albums, right? No. How do I find my videos? He's so cute. Oh, this might also be copyright. I don't know for sure. Alrighty, let's choose a new... Oh, there's a Stardew Valley one here. I think this'll work. Let's see... Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one, I think. So if I just turn my display again... I'm sorry it's in portrait, but it is a very funny video if we just skip ahead just a little bit. He's barking at them, right? And then at some point I tell him inside, he grabs it, and he just pulls me along. It's so cute. At least, I tripped at least one time doing this, but it was very funny. I'll tell him, we're going home, we're not going to the park anymore. And then he grabs it, and he keeps pulling me. He's so funny. He's such a funny little butter. There we go. I love him. That dog is the funniest dog I think I have ever seen in my entire life. I do mean it when I say, like, he looks silly. There's, like, a thing that dogs do with their eyes, where if they're showing, like, the whites of their eyes or the sclera, it means they're like bothered by something. And I'm sure that's true with a lot of dogs, but for some reason, Butter's eyes are just kind of always bulging out of his face. So his eyes are always so wide, and you can see the whites, and it's just like he looks so funny. You just kind of have to like be there in person and experience it. Sounds like Butters is trying to round up the other dogs, maybe a little. I've never seen him like really experience like any type of like herding instinct before. And if he does, it's really just with Jimmy. It's not with like the rest of us. And if it is with the rest of us, then it's not nearly as prevalent as like a lot of like Instagram reels I've seen or TikToks uh make it out to be, because he really like he follows us, but it's not like he doesn't cut us off a lot sometimes. He definitely doesn't really do the same to Jimmy. He like he gives chase. I know that like if you start running, he does chase you. But he's not particularly good at leading you where he wants you to go. So I don't think Butters could make it on a farm. And that's okay. I think Butters would be too scared of the sheep, because sheep are pretty big compared to him. He's always been like a little like nervous and anxious, so I don't think he would make it as a sheepdog. It was the cutest thing when we first got him, actually. Uh, he used to be about as big as my foot. He was a really tiny puppy at like 2 months. One of the first things that happened when we first got him was we had to shower him because apparently in the van, it was my dad, my mom, and Johnny who picked him up. Apparently, he had run around in the van and like kind of made a mess everywhere, so we had to shower him. As soon as he got out of the shower, he like ran into my arms, and I was just there like holding him like a baby. Like, what do I do with this? And now here we are. I'm obsessed with that dog. He's just a silly little butter guy. Oops, there we go. Then erase just a little bit of excess. He knew who his human was. He also learned his name right away. His old name used to be something like Maximus, because we got him from, I don't think they were a breeder, but they were someone. Their two border collies had given birth. He was one of the puppies. We actually suspect that he was a runt of sorts, for a number of reasons. For one, when you look at his puppy pictures, he does not look like a lot of border collie puppies. Like, whenever I look at the search of border collie puppies, they're like extremely fluffy, and their fur looks really full. I'm not gonna lie, Butters kind of looked like a rat. He was still very cute, like, for sure, but he did not look like a lot of other border collie puppies that I had seen going around. The other thing, too, was that his stomach was, bloated a little bit, and I think that's, like, a common occurrence with, just animals that don't get to eat a lot, because I think there's, like, a lot of gas buildup that happens when there's not food in your stomach, something like that. I'm not too sure. I forget the explanation. But the other thing, and I think this is the one that really, like, clued me in on this, when he got home that first night, we had Jimmy's food bowl out still, and, we knew he was a hyper puppy because, border collies have a lot of energy. But Butters, when he saw Jimmy's food was out, he was inhaling it like a vacuum cleaner. He was eating like that was his last meal. And it was kind of funny at first, like in the moment, right? Because it's like, oh my god, this dog's going like insane. But like looking back at it now, it's like I think he must have been a lot smaller than his brothers and sisters, and because of that, he might not have gotten a lot of food. And he was like the previous owner was like selling him for like pretty cheap too for a border collie. So, um, yeah, Butters is a little runt, but he's happy and healthy now. He's got a nice thick fur, or he's got a nice thick coat of butter on him, and he's very silly and he's very like hyper, and he always looks so happy. It's the cutest thing. He loves to give like his little kisses and everything. I think a lot of people don't like letting their dogs do that, but I want to let Butters do that because I don't want him to learn. I don't want him to be like to learn like, oh, he can't show like love and affection in the house. I know it's gross, but it's like he's so cute. I can't say no to his face. He's he's precious. Let me show like let me show some of the funniest pictures of him. We'll put it on my canvas because he's very silly. This is one that I took last night. Let's see. We'll put it here because we don't actually need the reference anymore. We have all the colors we need for the most part. Look at him. He's so funny. He's such a silly little guy. And he's got so many like funny pictures. I take so many like unflattering pictures of him, but I can't help it. He's got such a funny face. Let me see, what's another this one? He's so cute. There's also this one. Look at him. He's so funny. He doesn't look like other border collies. He really doesn't. Like, I think if you lined up every single border collie in the whole world, that like every black and white collie that has his fur pattern, I could spot him from a mile away. He's so funny. Because his eyes are just so... He's a sweet little derp. Yes, he is. He's such a cutie. Where's another good one? Oh my god, I have so many pictures. There was a really good one from a while ago. I think it was back in 2023. Shoot. No, this is Barcelona pictures. There's a really good one where he's just kind of like on his back. But I think border collies typically have like a huge like fold of like fat around their neck. I don't know why. But this one picture, yes, here it is. He's so funny. Hang on. This is just me showing off Butters because, yeah. Look at that silly face. Here's an idea I'm tossing around whether to make Art Bro as a bat pony or a changeling from MLP. What do you think? I'm not quite sure if I know what either of those are. The bat pony I think sounds very, like, fitting though, because, you know, her little Sona I believe is a tiefling. Are the changelings the dragons? Or is that a separate thing? Because I honestly don't know much about MLP. He's the sweetest boy. He is. He loves being like a very cuddly dog. He's very funny. But yeah, we'll close this and then we'll get back to doing whatever it is I'm supposed to be doing. I feel like I've heard this Stardew Valley track 1,000 times. I don't know about you guys, but I play Stardew Valley for the fishing and that's it. We love fishing mini games. I cannot get enough of that. And then I love Johnny because it's like when he plays, he like really knows how to like min max the game and everything, and I'm just there like, oh boy, fishing. That's literally all I do in Stardew. I think a changeling would be cool. I think their designs are always neat. Changelings are insect-like pony creatures that shapeshift. Oh, that sounds neat. That's really cool, actually. Yeah, a changeling then might be a pretty good one. Oops. Oh, there's a thing there. Oh, I guess I just didn't color that in. Okay, let's fix that real quick. I know no one's ever gonna see like the really, really small pixels like that, but it bothers me if I leave them there, so I do it I fill them in anyways. Yeah, I don't know much about My Little Pony. I think at one point I was kind of into it, but only kind of. I think I just never understood what was going on. What was going on in the show, and I never watched it. I think I just liked the toys, and that was it. And that was when I was like 4. I'm sure it's good though. Like, there's a reason why people enjoy it. And then it's about 3. Oh, I forgot I brought my Capri-Sun up here. I always forget that I have drinks. I have 2 empty cans of liquid death that I need to remember to, like, throw out. Friendship is Magic is a really good show that made me a fan to this day. Oh, that's interesting. That's not the one where they're all, like, in high school as, like, sort of human pony hybrids, right? Because I know there was another one that I think a lot of people enjoyed, but I don't remember which one is which. No, that's a spin-off. Oh, okay, okay. So Friendship is Magic is the one that I'm thinking of then. I see. Okay. I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna check it out because I've been really bad about watching shows as of late. For example, I watched Arcane season 1 when it first came out, right? And season 2 is out now, and I still haven't gotten around to watching it. The human one is related to FIM, though. Oh, okay. That's interesting. That's interesting. That's an interesting way to tie in like two different shows. But nah, I've been really bad about watching shows. I've been meaning to continue Dungeon Meshi. I need to like watch Arcane season 2. I think the only one show that I was like super like on the like ready to go like when it drops was Invincible season 2. Cuz oh boy, I was excited for that one. That or I might have just been hyperfixated on it at the time. It was one of the two. Equestria Girls is what I believe it's called. Don't worry about it, my friend is also bad about checking out movies and shows. Yeah, I've always been bad at it, I think. A friend of mine from high school, I don't talk to her anymore, but she was in band with me. She would always tell me to watch Attack on Titan. And I'm sure, look, I recognize Attack on Titan is really good, right? But I'm so bad at, like, watching things, it's not even funny. That, and in all fairness to Attack on Titan, I'm just super not, like, I'm not terribly invested in anime, which is kind of funny because that is, like, kind of where I got my inspiration for my art style. But, yeah, my cousin's kind of, I think my cousins think I'm like weird for not liking anime, but it's just not my kind of thing, which is unfortunate because I'm sure there's a lot of shows that I would like. It's just I can't really like get through it, and I don't know why. It's but I do really love Dungeon Meshi. It's just again I'm bad at watching shows, and I already like I'm not super big on anime stuff. But I do love the art style. I genuinely love anime art styles. I think a lot of them are very pretty. I think a lot of them look very like very striking, and I've definitely found that I enjoy like the softer styles a lot more than like the really sharp edgy ones. But I'm just really bad at watching shows at the end of the day. It's tragic. I do like to rewatch a lot of shows though. Teen Titans, the original one that aired on Cartoon Network all those years ago. That was something that I binged watched, I think, like a year or two ago. That one was a lot of fun to watch, and I'm not big on anime, but I will go to anime conventions to spend time with friends who are diehard anime fans. Yeah, like I wouldn't mind that too much, but no, my cousin, one of my cousins just had like a major like issue with it. I know. I think for me, like one of the major turnoffs is just the way that women are treated in a lot of animes. And again, that's not to say that all of them are like that. I recognize that there are shows that aren't like that, right? And I do have animes that I love watching. But as someone who already just doesn't like go out of their way to watch anime, you're not really gonna catch me like trying to go for it. Or trying to like watch a lot of it. But again, I do still love the art styles a lot. I think they're all very like really pretty. And again, it's where I take a lot of inspiration from my art style too, like the shiny eyes, the pointy noses. That being said, I did grow up watching Pokemon, Digimon, and other shonen back then. Yeah, those are Pokemon is was a huge part of my childhood. That was the original like stuff that I wanted to draw when I was little. Um, so there was that, and then were there other ones? Avatar: The Last Airbender, sort of like is definitely one of those shows that take a lot of inspiration from anime. Um, but the style itself is way more Western than a lot of stuff. Teen Titans is another show that I think took heavy inspiration from anime, not just in art style, but in like a lot of the mannerisms and the way that a lot of things were animated. Heck, they even had like a Japanese opening to their show. Pokemon was a huge staple of the 90s along with Power Rangers. Yeah, Power Rangers. That is a throwback. I don't think I watched the original one. I just know that there were like a ton of like reboots, I think, that ended up going on Cartoon Network. And those were the ones that I grew up on. What else? Dragon Ball was another one that I think I enjoyed watching a lot when I was little. Dragon Ball Z Kai was the one that was airing on Cartoon Network at the time. I've got to head out soon, so I'll catch you next stream. The art is looking great, by the way. Oh, thank you so much! Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. Next stream is probably going to be Thursday, 10 p.m. I posted my schedule on Twitter and Blue Sky because I think that's probably the smart thing to do, now that I think about it. But yeah, it should be Thursday at night. So, we'll enjoy being night owls again, and for our European viewers, who have left already, but, they'll have something fun to start their morning with, and I don't know what I'm gonna do Thursday, but we'll see. But yeah, Dragon Ball Z Kai was something that I had a lot of fun watching, and then of course there were a lot of other like Pokemon like stylized shows like Beyblade. I think I watched like one episode of that, but like it's such a lasting impact that I still bye. it's such a lasting impact that it's still like really fun to say like Beyblade, let it rip, even though I never actually like watched the show or bought any of the toys. Bakugan, I think, was the one that I had a lot of fun with if it wasn't Pokemon because I really liked the little magnet toys and before my favorite color was purple or red. My favorite color was like a seafoam green, and Bakugan, one of their type colors, used a seafoam green. So I um I really enjoyed those. I didn't grow up with Dragon Ball despite its popularity, but I did like DBC Abridged. That was hilarious. Oh man, I remember those. Those were all over YouTube, and my poor 9-year-old self had no idea that they were abridged dubs because of the way the lip sync happened. So that was funny, me thinking all of that was real. Those were hilarious. Um, Clive actually told me something interesting about the way lip syncing goes between Japanese and English dubs. A lot of the reasons why the lip syncing is just kind of like the mouth moving up and down, according to Clive, is because there's two ways that you can approach animation. You can listen to the voice. You can wait for the voice actors to record their lines, and then you can animate based off of what you hear, or you can just you have the script in front of you. The voice actor has the script in front of you, and you both work independently of each other. But because you're working independently of each other, you can't. There's going to be like some limitations with like facial expressions and again lip syncing. So I think that's why sometimes it looks like that. Uh, but I can't say for sure because I was told this information like a long time ago. I just know that it was like the whole lip syncing thing was something that I noticed a lot when I was little. Like I would be like, "Oh yeah, it's like a thing like Pokemon," because I didn't know the word for anime, but it's a show like Pokemon when the mouth just moves up and down and doesn't exactly match what the character is saying. That was me. That was me when I was little. Just paying attention to like stupid details like that and not knowing what it actually means. And I don't think one animation style is superior over the other. I get it. You want to save money on like animation or time and money on animation because it is a long and lengthy process, but man. 9-year-old me was brutal and did not let those criticisms go unheard. Actually, we'll render this first. And what I like to do for my rendering, I like to saturate it a lot so that the shadows are super visible. I will always preach this. Shadows are way more important than highlights. Oh shit. That needs to go up there. And you should strive to make your shadows very visible. Otherwise, they just don't look like they're there at all. And I think a lot of beginner artists make that mistake. They'll see like the really smooth, like painted rendering that a lot of people are doing nowadays. And because it's so smooth, I think the general... Oh, you lost sound? No! Oh, you're back. There you go. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened there. But let's see. The big... like, when you're a beginner artist and you see every, like a lot of the more experienced artists doing the, really smooth gradients and everything, I think the first like instinct to do is to use the airbrush, right? And then just try and like smooth it out like that. But of course, if you have like a really dark color with the airbrush, it's gonna be really hard to get it the way that you want it to, right? Like there's a huge jump from here to here, and the transition between the two is not like that great. My brothers are more into anime than I am, and the shonen shows they've watched were Naruto, Bleach, Full Metal Alchemist, and Dr. Grayman. They also watch other shoujo shows like Fruit Basket and K-On! I recognize some of those. There is a lot of anime that I've never seen before. I think my microwave was interfering with my internet connection because internet connection is a bit wild here. I don't think that should be happening, but you know what? I trust your word for it. I don't live in Australia. Um, but yeah, a lot of beginner artists make that mistake. So what they do then is, uh, let's take the base color here, or the flat color here. And I know this because this is something that I would do. They take that, and then because they don't want it to be something that happens a lot is that you just move the color slider down, right? But then like you don't want to move. But if you move it down like all the way over here, like what I usually do now, uh, it's really hard to get it like smooth the way you want it to sometimes. So I think what a lot of beginners do is like they'll take this initial flat and they'll only like move it down like that. And it's like if you zoom out, yeah, it's the shadow is kind of there, but it's not nearly as like pronounced or defined as one saturating it more towards like a more primary color, and then just bringing the slider as like all the way down like that, or maybe not all the way down, but just like good enough to where it's like you can really see it. But that's my tip on shadows. And again, I put a lot of weight to these because like this is what makes it this part of the process right here is what makes the highlights like a much like faster uh process in the end. It's like laying down like a good foundation, and then from there you don't have to do nearly as much work to finish it out. The the area that I live in is particularly bad. Oh, yeah, I get that. There's there are a lot of spots in my city that I've just memorized as like dead zones from my internet service provider. My house is thankfully more or less not one of them. I'm assuming the internet is probably tanking because I'm streaming right now, but hopefully mom and dad haven't like caught on to that yet. Um, but I know like there's a Costco. That one is really bad, especially if you go inside the Costco. There's also I think high traffic areas also tend to be like pretty bad. The plaza with the Target, that one I think just because there's like a lot of people using their phones, it ends up being pretty spotty. The Carl's Jr. I work at, that one's also just horrible, horrible Wi-Fi. So unless you're connected to the Carl's Jr. guest services, it's not gonna work. So yeah, I completely get just like bad area, bad internet. Then big areas like this are always like a little bit of like not a pain, but it's just a little bit harder to get the shadows and everything where I want it to be, just because there's so much area to cover, and it is definitely a lot to make sure that I get the color on there as solid as possible. But you know, I've been doing this for years now, and I've gotten a really, really good grasp on my thing. So even though I can't say what I'm doing exactly, at least I can do it. Let's see, it's 4:09 right now. Let's erase this. Oops. There are faster ways to render, and I just refuse to use them. Don't do what I'm doing. Keep the best thing that you could do for your rendering is to keep all your colors on like separate layers, so that way if you need to go back and change things, you don't have to worry too much about like messing up the blending that you already laid down. But I, for some reason, cannot do that. Like, I don't like how my layers look when I have like a million of them just like for each color. I think if my art style was a little different, then I wouldn't mind as much, but I do for this. So that's what it is. And then real quick, we'll do a clipping layer so we can get the little decal on the thing here, to match the rest of the rendering on the bandana. And I probably won't highlight these because it shouldn't need it. Yeah, I think my rendering style is probably... The way I render is probably my favorite part about my art style. Everything else is like, yeah, the lines are nice and everything, but I think the rendering is really what makes it, like, uniquely mine, personally. Right, time to get to oops. Time to get to highlights and time to save, probably. I keep forgetting to do this. One of these days my internet is gonna go out, and because I'm putting all of these on cloud save so I can move between my computers a little bit more easily, I'm just going to regret everything. Here. Then let's make the background color a bit dark. Clean up anything that I might have missed. Ooh, actually, better idea. Rather than go to highlights right now, let's see if we can... Let me pull up Rose's profile picture again. Let's see. I could do something really nice. We're gonna take this color, and then this is my little hack for lighting. Canvas. If there's one other thing that I pride myself on when it comes to my art style, it's lighting. I think I've got that nailed down pretty well. I haven't done like a lot of like full illustration or like full like painted background and everything illustrations in a bit though. So I haven't been able to show it off as much on my socials, but hopefully this one I can. Then overlay? No. Hard light. And then make the background white again while I put all of this into a big folder. Oops. Into a big folder. Then there's a little secret disguise. I'm gonna go with this shade. And then gradient. A little bit of purple coming from the bottom. And then I want a little bit of like a more reddish magenta coming from the top. And then a little bit of orange too, actually. We'll add that real quick. Oops. Add hard light? No. Normal. Just decrease the opacity just a little bit. Fiddle with it a little, actually. There we go. And then let's see. I'm like thinking hard about how I'm going to do this background. I think I want that up there. And then something like that, just to copy like the style and background of her profile picture. We'll put a little bit of a blur on it. And then I think I want to add sort of a vignette on it. So this might take a little bit longer than just the one stream. I'll probably finish it off stream, but let's see. Let's fill in this bottom first. I want to add like little scenery things, so oops, I want the pen actually. No, I think it's looking pretty good so far. The palette is more or less where I want it to be. I'm gonna sit back a little. I think we'll do like tiny plants, like a little tiny beach scenery. So when I say I paint digitally, this is what I mean. Like, I'm not super good at painting like traditionally, but when it comes to digital, I know this program like the back of my hand. And I know how to make it work in my favor, mostly. Oh, that's so cute. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna add like a few more details around too, because I have a particular way that I like to paint sunsets, so I'm gonna make sure that I incorporate some of that too. And then is this not the most Californian thing you've seen? A palm tree somewhere, and then I'm gonna add like a little fence, I think, a little like boardwalk fence. I have a straight line tool. I don't know why I'm not using it. I really should be using it, but I don't. Looking good. Oh, thank you. You guys are so sweet. Then, let's see. So I think rather than doing like having like the big like overarching like shadows like in the back and everything, I think just like a tiny scenery is gonna look really good. So I will cheat a little bit. Let's see, which means I can gonna have to, let me do this just so it's a little bit more comfortable to use my what is that? Huh? Does anyone know where that came from? I guess I'll just erase that real quick. I don't know where that's from. There we go. Oops. And then... oh, right. There we go. Yeah, I think that looks good, and then we can just do this now without accidentally... there we go. Actually, I'll flip that. I like that a little bit better, and then... I think just a little boardwalk scenery is gonna look nice. Trim a little bit of that down. I hear footsteps outside. Let's see. You can tell I'm like hyper focused on this right now. So there's that. Maybe we'll draw like a little car or something. Don't actually know how to draw cars, which is unfortunate because as a comic artist I am kind of expected to, or as someone who's trying to like be a comic artist, I am kind of expected to know how to draw everything, but I do not know how to draw everything. Cars are kind of like, the trunk comes down kind of like, not super flat. It's kind of like that. Give just a little bit of space for definition. My art process can be summarized as Kyra makes things harder for herself. What I should be doing is just filling in everything and then erasing the parts where I don't want there to be any, like, color. But as you can see, I'm not very smart. That's like a good car shape, right? And then let me actually also erase, like, some bits here for the sake of definition. Yeah, that looks good. And we'll go back here and fix up just a little bit of it. Oops. We'll also add like details like headlights. Headlights look a little bit more like that actually, and then the trunk, the windshield. It's kind of like that. Then I'm drawing a car without reference. What am I doing? A learning opportunity. No one can know how to draw everything. Oh, you finished. Ooh, did you finish drawing your own row fan art, Goji? Uh, no one can learn how to draw everything. You're right. You, it is impossible to learn how to draw everything, but um, there is kind of an expectation, to say the least. I think this actually needs to be flipped. Yeah, that needs to be flipped. So, like, if you are the sole illustrator for a comic, for example, you should all of the responsibility for how everything looks is gonna fall on you. So, while I don't necessarily think that it's possible to know how to draw everything, there is sort of an expectation that you kind of need to have with that. Yeah, and Goji, if you want to post like what you did for Row, absolutely share it here, and we will be sure to eat that shit up. Let's see, I think just a little bush. Let's go with smaller lines real quick. Oops, forgot that was on layer. Canvas. Turn off the gradients real quick so I can, there we go. Let's see. Sent a DM. I'm assuming, is that going to be on Twitter or Discord? I think Twitter, huh? Let's see. Discord. Oh, okay. All right. Let me open up Discord real quick. I can't see myself on camera because Discord's on my second monitor and OBS is on my second monitor. I got another DM. Oh, this is so cute. Hang on. Copy image, and I'll close that. Look at this. As soon as my art application decides to come back. Look at that. That's so cute. Aww. This is adorable. I love the little horns. Love how you did the mane too. You can absolutely tell it's her. This is adorable. Ah. Oh, she's gonna love this. It's great. That's great. Alrighty, and then back to bush thingies. See, how do I want to do this? I don't remember the last time I played Stardew Valley. Yeah, it's very cute. I love it. I don't remember the last time I played Stardew Valley, but I do know, when I was with one of my exes, in the little file we had together, I had caught all the legend fish, and it was hilarious. Because that was literally all I did. That's literally all I do whenever I play Stardew. I love fishing mini games. it was the same thing with Animal Crossing too. I don't know what it is about fishing mini games, but they just there just needs to be a game that's just different kinds of fishing mini games. Let's see. I'm not really sure what these shapes that I'm like erasing in, because I guess it's not really painting. I'm not really sure what they are. I think they're flowers in my head, but I don't really know. Then let's maybe have another palm tree. Yeah, I think that'll be fun. Watch me forget how to do the palm trees right now. I'm serious. I might have forgotten. Hang on. Then something like that. I won't worry too much about filling it in up there because it's off the it's out of view already. Then we take our eraser. See. And then go here. Hello?
Butters.
Oh, Butters. You've uploaded it on Blue Sky. I will definitely repost after as soon as I get off my as soon as I end stream. Cuz I do want to make sure I get a lot of this done. Yeah, remember when what I said about forgetting how to draw palm trees, guys? I might just be a little stupid. Just a little. Just enough. Something. I think I did something more like that, yeah. Yeah, that's looking a bit closer to what I did before. Then I think what might be nice too is just a long telephone pole. Because I don't want to put too much stuff here that it becomes the focus. Composition is such a funny thing sometimes. Because sometimes you're just there like, I want to do this, but if I do this, it's suddenly like too hard to handle. Or too much for the thing to handle. Let's see. Don't exactly remember what telephone poles look like. This is again an instance where I should be looking up reference, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. I don't encourage drawing without reference, by the way. I'm just too lazy to look it up sometimes. And also, a lot of the times when I do need reference, I can never actually find what I'm looking for. So I end up having to just, like, guess anyways. And I don't like it. I don't like having to do that. But it just so happens that, like, a lot of the stuff that I need reference for is apparently really hard to find on regular Google Images. So it just ends up not happening. And again, I don't encourage it. It's not something that I'm particularly proud of. I'm proud of the fact that, like, a lot of what I do, I have a fairly good grasp on, like, how it's supposed to look. But, on whether it's, like, a thing that I think a lot of artists should be doing. I don't. I'm entirely self-taught. So, um, while I think what I have to say is definitely of like important to like take to heart, I think the words of professionals who have actually been like properly trained are a lot better. There we go. Then I think the last thing in terms of stuff I want to add is just some birds up in the background. That was too thick. And then I kind of remember how to do this. Okay. We'll just smooth that out a little bit more so that it tapers like the other wing. One of the ways that I like to treat painting like digitally painting like this, or even just like with my outlines, is like I like to treat it like it's a little like sculpture or little clay sculpture, and all I'm doing is when I'm smoothing things out is either I'm adding a little bit of clay to it or I'm scraping off just a little bit so that it's more even and it looks the way that I want it to. I don't know if that's a good way to actually like approach the approach doing outlines, but it's what works for me, I think. So that is just how I call it. That's how I get my outlines to look really smooth sometimes. Deep down, I know really well how to work with them. Then, oops. I'll just copy this. I'll make some things easier for myself, not all of them. And then put all of that with the black little vignette down there. And then I think last thing is probably just going to be just a little bit of clouds. Oh, hi Butch. Hello. I saw you streaming yesterday. I swear I was going to join, but I was helping my brother clean his room yesterday. I will definitely try to catch it next time. I swear I have so many people that I think I just need to follow already on Twitch and just catch them all. Let's see. We're making Ro fan art because she has done so much for my silly art corner, and I need to pay her back already for everything that she's done. So that's what we've been doing. It's going pretty well so far. Just finishing up painting the background, and then I will be off to do the highlights and everything. Then we're gonna do shoot. Then add just to like give the clouds some outline and definition. A little bit of depth here and there doesn't hurt. And then the last thing I wanted to do for all of this was to go here and then take our spatter brush. One of my favorite things to paint is starry skies. I love it so much. And I like to do it for sunsets because it's the night sky coming in. So what I like to do is take the spatter brush and just sort of like lightly... Maybe I don't need to add that, just do normal because we're using white already. Just spatter it around. Lightly go around it. then decrease, and then add another layer of this. Just to give a little bit of a sense of depth. I don't know how much you'd need that for a sky, but it helps in my opinion. Bring those out a little bit more. And then finally we take one of my favorite brushes on Medibang's brush library, this little sparkle brush. And we just... these little brighter spots here and there. Oops. You can tell I've done this too much. This is like one of my go-tos. And because it's still sunset, you don't want to make it too bright because they shouldn't be terribly visible yet. And that's the background. Oh, it's okay. It was a very last minute thing. Looking good so far. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this one, and I'm hoping Ro likes it because I'm probably overthinking this, but like, yeah, I love doing this kind of stuff. I definitely need to do like something around her character, like maybe just add like a shadow so it looks a little bit more like a postcard, and she's not just ethereally floating in the atmosphere. But yeah, all right. So we've got that, and then we're going to be wrapping up in about 20 minutes. So I'm going to get to I think for the last 5 minutes of stream, I'll show off what I've learned on guitar. Or last 10 minutes, maybe. Last 10 minutes. Okay, I have to pack up and head out to site. Hopefully I'll catch you next stream. Love your work, Kira. I'm suddenly realizing that I think that's supposed to be pronounced Kyra. I'm sorry. Enjoy your time zone, everyone. Maybe like jumping out like a postcard background like the Kool-Aid Man. Yeah, that'd be sick. That'd be fun. I'll definitely like fiddle around with it, but for now, I'm definitely going to be adding in the highlights. So, let's see. Because I have this layer over it, that shade of yellow should actually... Oh boy. I can see my computers. It's crazy to me that I have like a really... not a super fancy graphics card, but like a good one, you know? And I'm still like seeing the brush struggle a little bit on the art software. Oh boy. Yeah. Let's see. But yeah, if you start streaming, I'll definitely like shout you out and everything. A lot of the times when people are streaming, I'm usually out of the house already. So I always feel bad. It's like, I want to watch because I know like we're like moots on like socials and everything. But I'm not in the house right now and I don't want to use up all my data. A lot of the times that's what ends up happening and I always feel so bad. Yeah, if you want people to like watch your stuff, though, I do I don't know if you've done this already. I don't but there is like a little feature on Twitch where it will just save the VODs for you. I have that turned on, and every time I finish a stream, I always make sure to export to YouTube as soon as I can, just so oh, and thank you for the follow, by the way. I did not notice that. I really could use those alerts, huh? But I really do need to... Ooh, how am I gonna get the yellow properly here? There we go. Something like that. I think that looks a lot better than trying to use the other shade of yellow. I'll definitely add something to make it look more like the actual way that Ro does her eyes. Alright, and then Yeah, it is really that easy. I forget where you find it, but it's somewhere. I think you have to go to your creator dashboard or something like that, and it'll help you out a little bit more. But I'd look for it right now, but that might I might accidentally share information that I should probably keep private. All right, have a good evening. You thank you so much for coming around. It's good seeing you here, and of course, welcome to the little art corner that I have going on Twitch here. Alrighty, and we'll see you next time. Next time should be 10 p.m. Pacific time Thursday. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. Hope I hope so, cause I think upping it to 2 streams a week uh is definitely a good call. Just because I know there's probably a lot of people who can't make it, and I think it's good to stream at different times just to try and catch as many people as I can. But yeah, yeah, I'd show off how to do the VODs right now, but I think that would I might accidentally like show my email or my bank account or something. I don't know. Affiliate is weird, and I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to show on Twitch or anything. It'll be like, "Oh, this is private to you," and I'm like, "Do I care if this one thing is private to me?" Like Twitch keeps telling me like, "Oh, you should make a channel trailer," and I'm like, "That channel trailer is gonna be the most boring thing ever." I'll think of making one though. I do want to try my hands at animation. Maybe that'll be a stream. Uh, we'll just hunker down and try animating something. Trying to come up with like ideas so it isn't just like the same thing over and over again. But we'll have to see. Alrighty, and then just give a little bit of like smoothing out. Not enough to get rid of the texture. So that's how we do. It's 4:47. We'll definitely be wrapping up soon too. I don't want to stay too late past 5 because I think my parents do want to go out for dinner now that my mom is back from vacation. And then I'll probably finish this off stream and it'll be up tomorrow as art. Let's see. Also, the Stardew Valley soundtrack is going very hard for this. Very seasonal. What drawing software do I use? Just Medibang Paint. Um, they have a free version that you can just download off the web, and you can also get it on Steam for like a couple $100s, I think, something like that. And but of course, if you just want it for free, you can just get it off the web, and then from there, just don't sign up for Pro or anything. I don't think it's worth it. Um, and I don't know what benefits Medibang Premium gives, to be honest, because I never looked into it. I think a lot of it is just like, oh, you can use premium exclusive fonts and brushes. You'll have access to like other tools and stuff. And while that stuff is nice, I've personally found that you don't need to have a lot of brushes sometimes. I think Procreate has the popularity of Procreate and in combination with TikTok has kind of made it so like a lot of people kind of expect to have like a brush for certain things. Like there'll be a brush to draw chains. There's probably a brush to draw all these like little things down here. I'm not saying you can't use those, but me personally, I take a lot of pride in having like my little bit of limited resources and then being able to create something from that. One of my favorite tips that I like to give, besides like having like really dark shadows so that your highlights stand out more, is is to get to know the brushes that you do have. Because so, in a hilarious little twist of, um, or it let, let me say put it this way, it is a lot better to, I think, just learn about the brushes that you have on hand and learn how to use them, rather than have a brush for every little thing that you're gonna need. So for fire textures, for example, there's this brush that I like to use. It's in here somewhere. Fluffy watercolor. Does it actually look like fluffy watercolor? I couldn't really say, and my camera's not pointing where I want it to be. There we go. But I always, what the two main things that I like to use that specific brush for is fire and just very like soft like surface textures. So like if there's a wall and I don't want it to look so flat, I'll just put a sort of like lowered opacity kind of blurred thing over that. But I also use it for fire. Um and I don't know if you like zoomed in you'd be able to tell. Uh but it's a really like I think it's really useful to be able to like use like one brush for multiple different like to achieve different effects. I think it's really cool when artists can do that. And then here, for example, like yeah, I use the acrylic brush to like render everything, but I always try to make sure for hair especially, I try to make it look very, very much like hair, and everything else is supposed to look a little bit more like a colored pencil type of thing. I don't know how well that actually translates. Probably doesn't, but that is kind of the purpose or the intent here. I just like texture. I really like texture. Anyways, it's last few minutes of stream. I mentioned yesterday a bunch of times that I was messing around with guitar, and I mentioned it today a little bit too. So I think we're gonna show that off just a tiny bit for the last few minutes of stream. Alright, so we put this down and get the guitar out. Oh shit. My tablet fell. There's a space for this on my desk somewhere. Just as like a little like send off and to show off what I did. I think I'll turn off the music for this bit of the stream too. So let's see. And I'm gonna take off my bracelet because otherwise it's just gonna knock against the body. Play Wonderwall. I'll put that on the to-do list. I'm gonna have to take off my headphones for this too, so I can actually hear what I'm doing. Hear what I'm doing, but it's okay. I don't think I need my headphones or anything for the last bit of stream. So, this is the guitar that Johnny is letting me use or have because he honestly doesn't like it. It is a cheap guitar. I mentioned earlier that it was only like 100 or so. And it might not sound like the most tuned, but this is as in tune as it's going to get. It's got nylon strings, so it's a little bit softer on my fingers. So Johnny's homework that he gave me was to practice these different chord progressions. So it starts with like E minor, and I need to make sure I'm not touching that last string down there. And then the next chord is sort of like a kind of like a G chord, I think he called it. And then if you move both of them down one, that's C. So the goal is to just kind of like practice it, just get like the dexterity between changing positions and everything. So and then I'm kind of definitely better than yesterday. And then another thing that can help was just like learning a different riff. A really easy one he gave me was this one. So it's and you just kind of repeat that. So those were the exercises he gave me. One of the reasons I mentioned earlier, well, I wanted to pick up guitars because I wanted to learn how to play Disenchanted from My Chemical Romance. Because that song does actually open with an acoustic guitar. So it goes something like, oh my god, hang on. So that's how that goes, and then it just goes back to this. Then transition back. Something like that. So I've been practicing that because I really want to play it. I did mention earlier that I think I'd like to sing it on stream, or at least record myself singing it. I think that'd be fun. And then the last thing was this. Apparently this is like the easiest song ever to play on guitar. This is the part of the stream where I get copyright struck. But it's a Horse with No Name. So it's the E minor chord, and it's down, shit, down, 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 and then down, 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 something like that. And I think you just transition between those two chords back and forth, so it's like... And I'm not super good at it yet, but I'm better than yesterday, so we'll see if I can keep this up. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun learning this. I think definitely down the line I'll probably get a nicer guitar, because this one is just kind of nice to like build up the calluses on my fingertips so it doesn't hurt as much playing. I think that's kind of it for stream. So let's see, any announcements that I need to make? Biggest thing is, let's see, next stream is going to be Thursday, and another thing happening Thursday, that is the end of the art raffle. We're at about 126 followers on Blue Sky, I think. If you get 24 more or so by Thursday, I'm going to throw in a bonus winner for the art raffle. The goal was 150. If you don't reach it, that's fine. Blue Sky has been doing incredible. Twitter, not so much, but I think it'll come back. It's just Twitter is being stupid right now. Like I said, next stream is Thursday. It's going to be 10 p.m. Pacific time, because I have work Thursday throughout the day, so I can't do that. But, and I think that's pretty much everything I have to say. New art throughout the week as always, and once again, thank you everyone for joining the stream. It really is a lot of fun to have everyone here and just yap and draw and listen to music together and hear about everyone's day. I absolutely love it. Thank you again so much for affiliate. Thank you to everyone who subbed or got gift subs. That is super exciting. I don't know where the channel is going to go from here. I don't know if I have any other goals in mind, but we're starting somewhere, and it's a good start so far, and I'm having a lot of fun, and I hope you guys are too. So I'm going to go eat dinner, and I hope everyone has a great rest of the day. Bye!